Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. Today it is mid-June in Southwest Florida and it is a warm and humid day and my orchids are just loving it. It is 88 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 31 degrees Celsius. It is 101 heat index, which is 38 degrees Celsius. That's what it feels like because of the incredible humidity that we have here. It is just great for the orchids. So yay, I'm having fun with all this. It is just a great, you can hear, I think you could probably hear the birds chirping. There was a bee that came up to this Cattleya just a minute ago, and it's just a great day here. The other thing that I want to share with you is it's exciting. You may hear an occasional pounding in the background, and the pounding is from my neighbor's mango tree, and these are dropping in his backyard, actually on his shed. That's when you can hear it. When it hits the ground, you just hear a thump. When it hits the metal shed, then you can hear it. So it's fun. I sit outside at night here, and then you hear, boom, you hear this raining of the mangoes. And this is a neighborhood legend, this mango tree. A lot of times you get these mangoes, we'll get to orchids in a minute. A lot of time you get mangoes and they're a little fibrous or they're not very sweet. These are just incredible. And when it rains, it does pour this time of the year. The mangoes are all turning, they're all dropping, and we have a lot of them, and neighbors are generous, so it's great. Two of my neighbors have mango trees, and so I'm getting my fill of these guys, but these are just incredible. Yeah, there's a bee going in there, and let's see if it pollinates or not. It'll be interesting. Okay, a honeybee. Anyway, what I want to do today is talk with you a little about some of the orchids that I have. I've got some new blooms, I've got some reblooms, and I just want to share a couple with you. The first plant that I want to share with you is Cattleya Peckaviensis, and that is right here, if I can get this out for you without destroying the rest of the orchids that I have. And this is a new acquisition. I can't claim that I've grown this for a long time, that these flowers are from me. So this is from Palmer Orchids. It's from a pretty recent trip. And this is a cross, Peckaviensis is a cross between Schilleriana and Eclandii. And this is a great cross. I was attracted to this because of the spotting on the petals, but also because of the fragrance. And I got this plant. I saw that it had, when I bought it, it had three blooms that were three buds on it. The blooms had not opened yet. And since I brought this home, these first two blooms, buds, opened a few weeks ago. This bud right here opened about a day ago, and then I've got one that hasn't opened yet. The nice thing about this, though, is it's a small plant, small stature. It has spots, which I like. It's a Cattleya primary hybrid. It's really vigorous, small stature, a low-growing plant, and I'm interested in using this in my crosses. I talked to my friend Tristan, and I asked him whether I should use this for my crosses, and he's one of those people that what he recommends that when it has its first bloom, which is what this is, that you really shouldn't do any crosses with it. But I'm just going to do some crosses with it and see what happens. Anyway, this is the first bloom on this. I haven't had it for very long. I really can't claim that I grew this plant to this blooming stage because it really is from Palmer Orchids, and hopefully it looks really good. The root system is great. A lot of stuff, everything that I've gotten from Palmer's has done really well. So anyway, this is again Cattleya Peckaviensis, and this is a great plant. And I got to show this other Cattleya before it falls over. So this I've actually had for this Cattleya I've had for I think about 1.5 years, maybe a couple of years. And that bee is just really, I'm going to watch to see if it can get in there. It's having a hard time getting underneath. That's so cool. Anyway, so this is Cattleya Cornelia calipana. And this is a hybrid between Cattleya labiata and Cattleya pumila. And it does look a lot like, well, both parents, as you might imagine. But this is a plant that I've had, and I've made some crosses on this. And I really like this. This bloomed for me last time about 6 months ago, and it's blooming again for me now. Last time it bloomed, there was a lot of blooms on it. This time, though, there are these 2 blooms, and then there are a couple of there's a couple of blooms, I think, in this sheath right here. The other thing that I'm excited about as you look at this plant, and as I turn it around, this is a seed capsule right here, and this is a cross that I made on this. I'm excited about this. I crossed this with an orange Cattleya, so we'll see what happens to that. And this was I don't have the label on here, but I have it in my other notes. But I think this cross was made maybe five months ago. It's not quite 6 months old. So I'm really excited to see what I get from this Cattleya and what I get from this cross. I think, oh, sorry about that. You heard a little noise. The bees are just, there we go. I'm really excited to see what I can get from this cross. The bees are just all over the place, and they're on this Cattleya. Anyway, let's get to this one, which is the one that I'm the most excited about. I should mention the Cornelia it's fragrant, so I'm real happy with it because of the nice fragrance. This is Cattleya Maui Plum, and this I purchased from Fred Clark, I think probably about 2.5 to 3 years ago, and this is my first bloom on this plant. This it started out as a small, I bought it as a seedling. It started out as a small seedling. I'm really happy with how large this plant has gotten, and it's gotten, as you can tell, well, let me lift it up so you can see how big this guy is. So there's the pot. It's got a long, cane, a long pseudobulb that came out of this. I'm just falling apart here. A long pseudobulb that came out of this, and then it's got, on this, it has 6 bloom spikes. Now, the nice thing about this is all of these blooms open on the same day, which was about 2 days ago, so I'm pretty happy with this. This is a cross between Cattleya, I think Fred Clark has this listed as a guttata, but it's a Leopoldii or a tigrina. And this was crossed with Summerland Girl. So this is Fred has it listed as a guttata cross with the Summerland Girl. The interesting thing about this is Summerland Girl, he lists on his tag that's right here in the pot is this is 4N. So this is one of the parents was tetraploid. I asked him, I emailed him, you can contact Fred, and this is with, Fred's with Sunset Valley Orchids. And I contacted Fred. He's very responsive. He's a good guy, incredibly knowledgeable. And I contacted him and I sent him a picture of this because what I like to do is share when I get first blooms on my plants. I want to make sure the hybridizer, which is Fred, knows what the bloom looks like. He sells a lot of his plants before, and this one included, he sells his plants before they bloom. So he doesn't know what they're going to look like. This is not clone, this is a seedling, this is the result of a cross. And so we'll see, so I sent it to him because I wanted him to see what it looked like. His response was that it was a nice bloom and that it is a keeper, which it's the only one that I have, so I'm going to keep it anyway. That bird, that bee, I'm going to see if I can get a video of this. Oh, not that time, but I'll try to get one, and it's going to come back. So there's a bee that has tried to get into this flower twice since I've been shooting the videos, and I'm going to see if I can, if it comes back, I'll get a video of it and show it to you. Anyway, so this is Maui Plum, and this is, again, it's a cross between a tetraploid and who knows what. So I asked him about the flower, and he said this flower is really nice. He says it's a keeper. But the other thing that I asked him is that because one of the parents is a tetraploid, I asked him if this is a triploid, because if he crossed a diploid with a tetraploid, you're going to get the intermediate, you're going to get a triploid, and that means this will be sterile. And he said he didn't know. Try to self it, and if I get a capsule, then that will be an indicator. So if I don't get a capsule, it's probably going to be triploid. If I get a capsule, it's probably either a diploid or a tetraploid is probably what it would be. So anyway, this is a great plant. This has got 6 really nice flowers. It's got nice spottiness to them. Fred actually commented that the petals were wider than what he's seen in a lot of Maui Plum. So Maui Plum is not a cross that he originally made, but he repeated that cross. And when somebody else makes the same cross, it has to carry the same name as the originator named it. So there is a Maui Plum volcano queen that you see that is an awarded plant that has been cloned, and you see lots of evidence of that. That Maui Plum doesn't have quite the spotting that this Maui Plum has. The coloration is a little bit different, and it's a little bit, like I said, of a different plant. I like this plant. I wish it weren't quite this tall. This is big, and this is the first bloom, so that I imagine in subsequent years it's going to keep on getting bigger and bigger, and I can't handle big plants because I don't have the space for it. But anyway, it's still a nice plant. And because of the how waxy the petals are, how thick the petals look, it likely is a triploid or a tetraploid. And also it did take a little longer to bloom. The thing that I really like about this plant, it's been 2, maybe 3 days since the blooms opened, and just incredible fragrance on this thing. So it's something that I've been watching. It's been taking a long time for the flowers to form and for them to open, and it's really put on a visual show, but also the smell and the fragrance on this guy is just awesome. So I just wanted to share this first bloom on Maui Plum with you, because I'm just so excited about it. That's pretty much all I have for today. I've got more plants blooming. I'm going to show that one of these days. I want to show you again a lot of my encyclias. I've got a lot of other plants that are in bud or bloom, and I got some first blooms, some more first blooms. This is not a first bloomer, it's a repeat bloomer, but interesting story behind this that I'll share with you later. I hope you enjoyed my video of highlighting these few orchids that are blooming in my collection. If you like the video and you want to keep on seeing them, it would help me out if you could click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. Okay, from a warm and sunny and humid Southwest Florida in June, I'm the plant propagator, and I thank you for watching my video, and happy propagating.